Hi, my name is Terry Blauvelt. Today I'm going to talk to you about behavior management and what one strategy is that we can use to help with interventions in the classroom. So to get started, we're going to talk about the 10 basic management strategies that they have. And this is just a broad overview taken from an article by Moores et al., and he wrote it in 2017. But the 10 broad behavior management strategies that you can use in a classroom is having established rules and routines, promoting appropriate behavior, monitoring students, providing structure, appropriate instructional supports, applying consequences, differential reinforcement, manipulating antecedents, teaching replacement behaviors, and designing, implementing, and evaluating interventions. So out of these 10 strategies that are research-based, I have chosen to look at monitoring students. So as a special education teacher especially, it is important that we are always progress monitoring our students. And since the majority of our students also have behavior concerns in the classroom, being able to look at that data and having those strategies to monitor students is extremely important. So we're going to look at what the issues are with monitoring students, and we're going to look at how both paraprofessionals and teachers can work together in order to make that monitoring happen in the classroom. So right now we know that in the United States, there are over 1 million paraprofessionals that work in schools. Every year they're hired, over 1 million. So that is more paraprofessionals in the classroom than there are actual certified special education teachers and general education teachers. Paraprofessionals are everywhere, and they are the #1 best resource out there, I think, in my years of experience of teaching to really work with students and to work with teachers and to really help the behavior management process. So what is the issue? We know that with behaviors that on average, most teachers are saying that they lose about 4 hours of instruction every week due to behaviors in the classroom. We also know that every year there's a more increased need for interventions and supports in the classrooms. Behaviors have changed so much. Our world has changed so much. And so with that, there's an increased need to really help with a lot of the behavior issues that we are seeing that weren't present earlier in our school histories. Self-monitoring is an intervention that is a great tool for behavior, but is very limited, and often it's not taught to students on how to self-monitor their own behavior. But we do know that self-monitoring that is matched with teacher monitoring has shown to decrease behaviors over time way better than just teacher monitoring by itself or just having students try and monitor their own behavior. You have to do a combined collaboration of teacher monitoring and student self-monitoring, and those two things have made kids more independent, more aware, and behaviors decrease with the self-monitoring matched with teacher monitoring. We also know that there is a huge lack of training and preparation, not only for paraprofessionals once they have the job or teachers once they have the job, but when we go back and we look at college courses that teachers have taken, there is not a lot of classroom management courses or embedded strategies in other courses that are teacher-led. So we know that there's a lot of issues there. So how can we help them? So if you're looking at monitoring strategies, I am old school, and the best way that I've ever seen is just get a piece of paper. I mean, if you just tally mark, if you know what you're looking for, and you can just tally mark how many times the student gets out of the seat, how many times the student disrupts class, how many times they do, whatever it is that you are targeting as your behavior, charts work best. And what I found is, again, if we're looking at the research for monitoring, that self-monitoring of student behavior along with the teacher or paraprofessional monitoring is really a great way to decrease that behavior, because you have students are aware that their teacher is also doing it, and they want to make sure that those skills match. So then you have the students are aware of what their issues are, and then they are able to reflect on that. And being able to reflect on your own behavior, or even understanding maybe triggers or what your behavior is, has been helpful for those students. So here are some charts. There's simple range from tally marks, putting yes or no, putting check marks, to full-fledged, surveys on what to do. But I believe that these strategies, just having a simple checklist, a simple sheet or tally, to monitor behavior is one of the best ways to do it. And especially if you get your teachers and your peers trained on it, and you do that in correlation with student training, then I think that is the best strategy for monitoring student behavior in the classroom. My sources are listed here as the references that I took for monitoring and where I found the information on the issues, plus ways that we could help. So I hope this helped you with monitoring. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me and I'd be happy to help you. Thanks so much.